Yo, what's up, everyone? I don't really keep up with many TV shows. I rarely go on Netflix or like HBO since I just watch a lot of YouTube. So, like Game of Thrones or Stranger Things, I still haven't even watched them yet. And I don't even know if I'll ever get to them, to be honest. I prefer to generally watch those types of like shows if I'm like really in the mood or if I'm like, with other people. But with one of the newer ones, The Last of Us, the film adaptation, I have to say that currently it's 3 episodes in, and there will be spoilers in this video. So if you don't want spoilers for that, just click off. But 3 episodes into the Last of Us film adaptation, and I have to say that it's really good so far, considering that it's kind of a low bar to have because of how all like a lot of other game adaptation films have been pretty bad. I didn't really watch like other ones like I forget their names to be honest, but they don't really have a good reputation. But for The Last of Us, it's been really good like with how they stayed really true to the game, and the game itself is pretty much a story, so you have like a really good outline. But the first episode, it really did go into depth with how the game, in terms of the events that happened with Joel and then his daughter, and then just getting into the car scenes when all the cordyceps zombies, they went into the city and they were driving through trying to escape. It was super cool. That first episode really did give me some expectations. I had zero expectations going in, and that first episode, they did it really well, staying true to how the game happened. And then with episode 2, there were a lot of like there were some deviations, just like with how Tess died, but I have to say that it was really cool to still see just how they directed it, because with Tess dying, there was she wasn't really supposed to die by fire, if I recall correctly. She I think she was supposed to get shot down by other people, but in the film, in the episode, she did get uh the zombies, they went after her, and then she lit a flame. There was oil everywhere, and then she blew herself up because she got bitten. She still got bitten, so there was that. So pretty good, I have to say. And I do think that the actors are doing a really good job as well. Initially, I thought Pedro Pascal wasn't really like fit for Joel. Like I have Joel's face so vividly in my mind in the game. Like seeing Pedro's face as Joel was a little bit uh, interesting. But then I do think that as the time went on, like first episode to the second episode, he has done a really good job as Joel. And I don't know the actress's name for Ellie, but I do think that she is doing her a good job as well, playing Ellie. So I don't really have any problems with those two, to be honest. I think they've been doing really good. And then episode 3, there was a deviation, because episode 3, they get like there's a backstory between Bill and Frank. And in the game, I think it was insinuated that Bill and Frank were partners, lovers, I guess, like gay lovers. Like there's that. I think it was insinuated in the game, but then with how Frank died in the game, like Joel and Ellie, they found Frank's body somewhere else, like away from Bill's home, and then there was a letter saying how much Frank hated Bill, because Bill never left his area, and he was too afraid to leave his home. But then in the film, it's really cool because we have Nick Offerman. I don't know the other actor's name who played Frank. I kind of forget. I'm not really good with it, but I know Nick Offerman based on Parks and Recreation, and he was like, he worked for the government, but he wanted to constantly slash the budget of the Parks Department in that show, in Parks and Rec. And then in The Last of Us, he plays Bill, who hates the government as well, thinks they're Nazis. It's so funny because it's they're so similar. They're just so similar. It's just funny to see just Nick Offerman. He was Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec, and just seeing Ron Swanson and Bill, if they were together, that'd be so funny. But I think he did like both of them. I don't remember the other actor's name, but both of them did a really good job in terms of just they portrayed like it was a beautiful episode. It was just seeing how Bill rescues Frank, and then they love each other. They slowly get to know each other, and then they become lovers. So it's pretty cool to see. It was also really sad because in the end they killed each other. Like in terms of just like they drank a powder or substance that just made them pass away. Because I'm pretty sure like Frank had some sort of disease or something, and then Frank was his reason for living. So he decided that he lived his life really well together with him. So he wanted to just go together and leave the world together. So it was incredibly sad. I really do recommend watching that. It was really nice, even though it was a deviation, and it was that episode 3 was mainly just about Bill and Frank. But I do have to say, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a really good episode. I and you still get Joel and Ellie. You don't get the interaction from Bill and Ellie like you do in the game, but I do think it was still really nice because after Bill passed and then Joel and Ellie went into Bill's home, they get a letter talking about how Joel needs to protect Tess, even though Tess died. And then this is like I think another turning point for Joel to just have that strength to protect Ellie and not let her die. So far, it's been really good. I don't know if I explained it well, but I have really enjoyed this film adaptation so far. Even though we're only 3 episodes in, my expectations are getting higher and higher, and I'm sure a lot of people think the same as well. It's a pleasant surprise. It's really cool to see that at least someone did a game adaptation right so far. Like, how hard is it? You mainly have all of it. You have like every component from the game. Just copy that or do something similar to that. But I guess The Last of Us is doing it well, and that's great to see. Only The Last of Us, I guess. I don't know any other game. Was Uncharted good? I don't believe so. So yeah, The Last of Us film adaptation, I think so far has been really fun to watch, and I kind of want to play The Last of Us now again. I just want to see how it is. It's been so long, and it would be kind of fun, but I think the film is doing great so far. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys later.